It ain't all good. That's the truth. Things ain't going like they should. It's all on you. It ain't all good. That's the truth. Things ain't going like they should. It's all on you.
Hey everybody, John Van Dyke here for New Jersey Exposed. Today is Thursday, November 18th, 2021. Time is 10:41 a.m. Yes, Jersey time. All right, we have a Blue Zero Hero update. Finally, one of them is going to be going off to prison here in Monmouth County. This is a local Blue Zero Hero. This has to do with a former Long Branch police officer by the name of Christopher Walls, who a few short months ago was caught and arrested for manufacturing methamphetamine in his house. So the Monmouth County Prosecutor's Office released a press statement yesterday, and there it is. Take a good look at it. Let's find out what happened here. A former Long Branch police officer has pled guilty after being arrested and charged with various offenses related to manufacturing methamphetamine at his home in May 2021, acting Monmouth County Prosecutor Lori Linsky announced. Christopher Walls, 50 of West End Avenue in Long Branch, pled guilty on November 15th, 2021 in front of Monmouth County Superior Court Judge Jill G. O'Malley to charges of second degree causing a risk of widespread injury and third degree manufacturing CDS methamphetamine. He's a tweaker. The agreement includes an aggregate sentence of 10 years in a New Jersey state prison with a 2-year period of parole eligibility, which means after 2 years he'll be out on parole. As part of his plea, Walls also permanently forfeited public office, as well as his firearms and firearms ID card. Long Branch. So the backstory on it is what precipitated on, and really it's his wife that dropped a dime on him. Long Branch police were called to Walls' home on the 300 block of West End Avenue at about 10:36 p.m. on May 15th, 2021. I am so shocked by how quick this took place, but he really was cold busted, so I think the deal he took probably was his best deal, and he just probably doesn't have the money to fight all of it. PM on May 15, 2020 for domestic violence. Well, what a domestic disturbance. What a surprise. Police and domestic disturbance. That seems to be one of their go-to things. While officers were on scene, another resident in the home alleged Walls was involved in suspicious narcotics activity. Well, I'm sure the wife and I understand he has a daughter. I'm sure they all knew about it. How's he going to hide it? The New Jersey State Police Hazmat Unit responded to the scene and located materials, chemicals, and instruments consistent with methamphetamine laboratory in both the basement of the resident and in a shed on the property. The NJSP Hazmat Unit confirmed that Walls was in possession of all ingredients necessary to manufacture methamphetamine and found methamphetamine residue and chemistry-related glassware on site. A joint investigation by the Monmouth County Prosecutor's Office Professional Responsibility Narcotics Unit and the Long Branch Police Department revealed that Walls had been in possession of books related to making methamphetamine. Now, this is what's really scary. Books on how to make explosives and poison. So he had something going on in the back of the head. This guy was, for lack of better words, sounded to me like a dangerous nut job to me. Additionally, a large, open, and unsecured gun safe was in the home, which was accessible to a child living in the residence. Inside the gun safe were 2 long guns, 4 handguns, 8 high-capacity magazines, and a large quantity of ammunition. Walls was charged with various criminal offenses on May 15th and had been detained pre-trial by order of the New Jersey Appellate Division During his plea, Walls admitted to making methamphetamine at his residence in Long Branch and to endangering his family and neighboring community in doing so. Laboratory tests confirmed the methamphetamine was in fact made in the residence. Sentencing for Walls is set on January 14, 2022 before Judge O'Malley. The case was prosecuted by Monmouth County Assistant Prosecutor Melanie Falco, Director of the Office's Professional Responsibility and Bias Crimes Unit. And get this lawyer's name, it's like this is the go-to lawyer if you're a cop and you get in trouble. Walls is represented by Mitchell Ansell, Esquire of Ocean Township. So there you go. This is another Blue Zero hero out of Long Branch PD. Long Branch PD, in my opinion and estimation, over the past 5-6 years has produced some of the worst cops. I think it's somewhere up the count, it's up around 5 or 6 bad cops that got in trouble. One was drunk and smashed into a lady, and he's still sitting out there enjoying the good life, waiting to get his sentence in order. Hopefully they'll put him in the same cell with Walls. So it was not a good department for quite some time. The police chief over there, former Chief Roebuck, is no longer, he's retired, resigned. And they have a public safety director in charge of things, so hopefully Long Branch Police will get better. They'll clean the act up and rid the department of the bad ones. But there you go. Christopher Walls manufactured methamphetamine in his house. And by the way, people, these laboratories that you produce this methamphetamine have been known to explode. There's videos on YouTube of these things happening. So it really was quite a risk. And if that building, that house is an explosion, you got guns and ammunition, and then the ammunition goes off. And so it was a really bad situation there. Fortunately, he was off the street. Now, as far as his sentencing, my personal opinion, I think the guy had a drug problem, and the only way for him to get the drugs without a problem was to make it. I think the drugs made him go awry. He probably had a bad marriage, things were not going well, and this is the end result. So my personal opinion about this, I think Mr. Walls should do 2 years in the prison out of his 10-year sentence and put him on probation or parole, and that's it. He's not going to be a cop again. He's never going to live off the backs of taxpayers. I mean, his life is destroyed. I'm sure the wife's going to divorce him, and he's going to come out of prison probably homeless. I don't know. I don't know how much money he's got saved up in the bank. He only made $128,000 a year, which isn't a whole lot if you got a house and taxes to pay and a wife and a kid and all that. So he's pretty much, his life is ruined. And but I'll be satisfied if he does the 2 years of parole, gets off prison in 2 years and does parole and all that. I think we got to cut him a little slack because he had a drug problem, and drug problems have to be treated a little bit differently than criminal. They don't say if he was selling it. If he was selling it, I'd say, yeah, he needs to spend a little more time. But as it stands right now, it doesn't appear that way. So, all right, I will put the link to the Monmouth County Prosecutor's Office press release. You can read the thing yourself. You can, I'll try to remember to put the link to the original story I did. And you can watch it and read it. And let me know what you think in the comments section. Like, share, subscribe, and follow me on Facebook. My Facebook page is Gunnison Undercover. I'm posting a lot of links there now because I just can't do every Blue Zero hero story that comes along. Pretty much just going to do videos on the more important ones as opposed to the lesser ones. So I look forward to you people follow me there. And
it sound right,
boys. Keep up on what's going on. And I read all your comments, so I encourage everybody to comment. Till next time, people.
Sound right, boy.
Hey.